agreed to. I call the Honourable Member Chris Whawhoi to Lohani.
Talohani, Mr Speaker, and thank you for giving me the call at the first reading of the Social Security Long-Term Residential Care Budget Measures Amendment Bill. Mr Speaker, Labour will not be supporting this bill at this stage. We oppose this bill because of the way it has come to the House. We listened very intently to the Finance Minister's speech yesterday, and nowhere in this document could we find any reference to this change. But we do have a bill before the House which will impose a significant change to some of the elderly who are in residential care in New Zealand. So we don't believe that the government's process around this has been transparent, and we are not happy that the significant amount of people who we believe would want to submit to a select committee hearing on this issue won't have the opportunity to do that because that this bill is being put through this House under urgency. The Minister in her contribution did mention that this was a very brief contribution, did mention that this was a priority for the government. Yet it's so much of a priority that there was no press release, there was no mention of this in the budget speech at all. So we wonder what is behind, why there wasn't any mention of it. Oh, I must stand to be corrected. There may have been a press statement. We certainly haven't seen it, but it certainly wasn't a priority. It wasn't a priority enough to make it into this document, Mr. Speaker. The Minister of Finance's speech that he made to the House yesterday. Mr. Speaker, we've already heard through the media that there is concern around this bill. Roy Reid from Grey Power has already said publicly that he is concerned about the moves that are being made in this bill, and we believe that he should have the chance to make a submission to a select committee so he can give his opinion. I'm sure that there will be opinions on both sides of the fence, and I did notice that there was a press release from Martin Taylor from the Aged Care Association yesterday, so maybe Mr Taylor should also have his opportunity to make his contribution to this. But the fact that this has come through the House is going to affect a significant number of elderly people and is going to be rushed through this House under urgency without people getting the chance to make a submission, we think is extremely bad process. It does deal with an issue that is going to be a very important issue going forward for New Zealand, but we don't believe it is a plan as such to deal with the increasing age of New Zealand's population. Again, it's another example of tinkering and a lack of leadership from this national government. Mr Speaker, within this bill, it will affect the amount of money that some of our elderly will be able to have in terms of being able to get a home care, a residential care subsidy. So in this budget that we've had before this House over the last 20 or so hours, we've seen the government target the very, very young, our paper boys and paper girls, and now the very, very old. And while our paper boys and our paper girls may not be of voting age, our elderly certainly are, and certainly their families, their sons and daughters and other family will be very concerned about some of the measures that are contained in this bill, and that's again why we believe that the process is wrong and that those concerned families should have a chance to have their say in the select committee process. So, Mr Speaker, as I said at the beginning of my contribution, we won't be supporting this bill. The process is bad. It's just being rushed through urgency in this House, not giving the families of those elderly people concerned the opportunity to have their say, not letting Grey Power, a significant lobby group in this country, to have their say, and not letting the sector have their say as well. And we believe they should have their say. We won't be supporting this bill, Mr. Speaker.
The question is,
Mr. Speaker,
I call